Manchester United big to sign Premier Chelsea, target with Ten Hag making £100 million plus deal, likelier than ever. Manchester United have been back to sign a perfect alternative to Frenkie de Jong amid claims Erik has already made them a more attractive destination. The Red Devils pushed hard to sign de Jong. This summer, they did agree a deal around the £72 million mark with Barcelona, but convincing the Dutchman to join proved a bridge too far. Once the young deal died, Manchester United moved quickly to sign Casemiro from Real Madrid. The Brazilian has been made to be veteran in that sport, with Phil's summer recruit, Eriksen, forming a fine partnership with Scott McTominay in the double pivot. United were torn apart in the Merseyside derby on Sunday. However, very few teams can contain Phil Foden, De Bruyne and Erling Haaland at present. The underlying feeling at Old Trafford is Erik has United moving in the right direction. What's more, he's not afraid to assert his influence, according to the Telegraph. They reported he's instructed the club to adopt a more ruthless approach to player contract. That Hag doesn't want his player falling into comfort zones and believe contract should be harder to earn. The early signs for Ten Hag are positive and United are likely to continue backing him in the market. They spent over £200 million in the summer, but probably Germany still retained an interest in de Jong. If the Barcelona stars still cannot be signed next summer, former United right back Paul Parker recounts that Hag should go for Declan Rice. The Manchester Evening News termed him the perfect alternative. The West Ham and England age 23 is one of the Premier League's finest midfielders. According to 90 Minutes, he's expecting to leave the Hammers next summer as he goes in search of a greater challenge. Chelsea continue to draw strong links with Rice, and the connection is obvious. He was on the Blues books with 206 and 214, his best friend with Mason Mount. Furthermore, Chelsea have urgently offered to their most effective midfielder at present. Both N'Golo Kante and Jorginho are out of contract at season end. Chelsea are also in the mix to sign Jude Bellingham. However, Liverpool and Real Madrid are believed to be the front runners at present, having put in the most work behind the scenes. The web puts rise to the top of Chelsea list, but according to Parker, Manchester United are increasingly attractive propositions given that Hag is now steering the ship. The former defender also outlined with Manchester City want a B in the running and predicted when a move may happen. I would say now for Declan Rice that Manchester United could be an even better move for him with the way Erik Ten Hag and his side are doing at the moment, said Parker via the Manchester Evening News. I think we have to rule out Manchester City because they got Calvin Phillips now. Liverpool could be interested in him because they keep talking about midfield. Parker added, that is an end of the season deal. That is not going to happen mid-season and not in a million years. It isn't going to work, but if you look next summer, I think that is when that one could happen. West Ham and David Moyes have gone on record to state Rice is fully well into the 9 figures. Moyes have even stated a £150 million figure in the past. Whether the Hammers will hold out or such a lofty fee, only time will tell. However, the player's contract situation could force a price drop. Rice's current deal expires in 2024, so the club to hold an option for further 12 months. In theory, West Ham have a maximum of 2 years breathing room come next summer. The 2-year mark is generally the point when clubs seriously begin to consider a player future if it becomes apparent they won't pay fresh terms. Rice rejected a whopping 8-year extension earlier in 2022. The deal would be net him a £200,000 a week, an incredible show of faith by West Ham. However, Rice snubbed the offer and may well find himself a subject of mass transfer speculation in 2023.